Hey folks, what the heck is going on in Fort Myers, Florida? Here I am online again reading just local arrest. Florida woman arrested after having sex on the side of a truck. So apparently someone calls and says that there's a naked man running around his truck, and when an officer arrives, there's a man and woman in broad daylight having sex. Um, when the deputy approaches, according to the police report, according to the news article, the man acknowledges the deputy, the female deputy, but continues having sex with the girl. So after some enticing to stop, or perhaps they finished, I'm not sure. Ultimately, there was some questioning going on, and while the man was being questioned, he relayed that he had met this woman on the side of the road. Her bicycle had broken down, and he had given her a lift. And as he was driving, she suggested, "Are you interested in having sex?" So he said, "Sure." So he pulled over into an area very close to his home, I guess in a deserted, a little, deserted area, like a empty lot near his home, and proceeded to have sex. Now, during the course of this conversation, the woman decided to walk away. Now, the deputy says that they were both intoxicated, and possibly so, and the woman started to walk away. Well, because she was walking away, the deputy had to restrain her and ultimately charged her with resisting without violence and with indecent exposure, and let the man go. So the man's walking around, right? He's having sex with the woman, but because he, I don't know, talks nice, maybe female officer likes his package, I have no idea. How do they both not get arrested? If they're having sex in a public place and it's indecent exposure and someone can see them, obviously, there's a legitimate charge for indecent exposure. But how does the man not get arrested, but the woman does? It's a female deputy. I'm just confused by this one. Listen, I don't know if they're in a deserted area and they want to have sex. God bless them. But I don't know who called it in. I don't know. Obviously, if there were children around, you have those kinds of situations that you don't want that going on. But I don't know. I read the article and it just said the report said the deputy was forced to handcuff Powers and place her forcibly into the sheriff's cruiser. Since the man had no outstanding warrants and cooperated with deputies, he was released and allowed to walk home, leaving his truck. Folks, what do you think? You'll see the article and the picture along with this video. I don't even know what to make of this one. Were they really having sex? Were they about to have sex? Had they just completed sex? I'm confused. The deputy, according to the police report, says they were both having sex when they showed up and they were outside the vehicle. Therefore, I would think that their genitalia was exposed to the public and anyone around. Now, if it's an isolated parking, if it's an isolated area, if it's on private property, I guess there is a defense argument. There's always a defense argument. But hopefully there was no children around. Hopefully there were no other persons around. Hopefully they were doing it in a secluded area. It says they're both seen having sex on the side of a red truck in a residential area. So I'm assuming when they say residential area that all the houses on the street are not abandoned or burned down. I'm assuming that they mean that there's housing or apartments and there's normal traffic going up and down the street. But tell me, what are your thoughts?